Hello and welcome back to another episode of Oblivion on Nyxus Gaming. We're here in Skingrad for a lovely little Nyxus guide. And today we're going to be doing one that I have been putting off for a while. You might find some Nirnroot around the game, but if you come here to Skingrad, you can actually find a quest in the inn involving it, and that's what we're going to start with today. You gotta head down on into the basement, which is only accessible during the day. You can't go in at night. Silly people. It has to be day. This is Sinderion.
What can I do for you today? You here to bring me some Nirnroot? Yes, Nirnroot. Haven't seen any yet? It appears as a slightly glowing shoot that grows right out of the ground. A few years ago, an adventurer not unlike yourself sold me a musty old tome containing alchemical formulas. Most of them were worthless. But one of the moldy pages contained a recipe for a potion known as an Elixir of Exploration, a sort of ultimate dungeon delver's brew. The formula looked sound, except it required an extremely rare ingredient. Yes, you guessed it, the Nirnroot. I put the book aside, because frankly, I had so many other delicate experiments going on that I just didn't have the time to go plant hunting. Now that you're here, that changes things. The Elixir of Exploration is a multi-purpose potion that was obviously created with the dungeon explorer in mind. The formula describes many magnitudes of the brew. If you're interested, I wrote a short missive about it for the Imperial Alchemy Symposium. You bring me 10 samples of Nirnroot, and I'll make the elixir available to you at a huge discount, as well as give you one for free. The best place for you to start would be Shadeleaf Copse, which is a part of the Great Forest northeast of here. Good luck, and hurry back with more of the Nirnroot.
And with that, we now have a quest from Sinderion seeking your roots, in which we gotta bring him 10 Nirnroot for him to make an Elixir of Exploration for us. But don't worry, we're getting way more than 10. The thing with Nirnroot is there's over 300 of these plants in the game, and they don't regrow once you harvest them. So they actually have a stat here, Nirnroots found, showing you how many of the plants you've gotten. So the goal today is for us to get every single one of them. Now there is one plant in the game, I lied, that will keep respawning. It was added in one of the DLC houses. We will probably hit that one very last, so it doesn't affect our count at all. But other than that, we will be getting every Nirnroot in the game. And we're going to start with the area that Sinderion recommended to us, Shadeleaf Copse. Now, Shadeleaf Copse here is a decent start. You can find 3 whole Nirnroot here, just along the edge of the little lake. And I'm obviously being sarcastic. This isn't really a great start at all. This isn't even 1% of all the Nirnroot in the game, and it's not even enough to get the Elixir of Exploration from him. So we're gonna need a whole lot more. Okay, so starting off here, I want to say I think you'd be insane to try and collect all the Nirnroot in the game without using a guide or a mod of sorts to do so. It's just impossible to remember all 306 locations of it. So I am using a little bit of a mod in order to find them for myself. So if you look down on my radar, you don't see much, but as I turn, you can see map markers for every Nirnroot in Cyrodiil. And we're going to start by collecting them down here along the Anvil Coast. So let's get to it. Alright, next up we're going to be in and around the city of Anvil itself, and I want to take this moment to explain that, yeah, we got to the next stage of seeking your roots. We got a total of 10, but I'm not going to go back quite yet, because, spoiler alert, once you bring him 10, he's going to want 20. Once you bring him 20, he's going to want 30. And once you bring him 30, he's going to want 40. So you can't actually finish this quest until you bring him 100 Nirnroot total. So we're just going to keep collecting Nirnroot for a while. Let's get back to it.
Yes. Ah! Yes.
Next up, we are starting here in Miskarkand, and we're going to grab all the ones between Kavach and Skingrad, and just north, these 3 in the Imperial Reserve. Now we're getting the 2 in Skingrad, nice and easy. The next 4 we get are all going to be located here around Chorral. The next 2, if you couldn't have guessed, are gonna be here in Chorral. I didn't really know a better way to group this one. It's just kind of on its own along the Orange Road, so here it is. These next 3 are all in Bruma.
I'm listening. Please, go ahead. I'm listening.
This next one is also sort of on its own, just north of Cheydinhal, but you can find it at Lord Rugdumph's estate, which is a subject of a Daedric quest you get at some point in the game. We are now at the blue road to Cheydinhal. We're going to grab the 3 along here and the 2 north and south of Cheydinhal. here in Cheydinhal, we have another handful to collect. Next up, we're going to be heading up the Corbolo and Reed River, grabbing all of the Nirnroots along there. Next up, we're going to grab this one inside Fort Grief, follow up the Silverfish River, and then grab 3 more at Lake Canulas. As you travel further south into Cyrodiil, you will be seeing a lot more Nirnroot, as shown by our next route, the Panther River.
Your money.
Next up, we are just northeast of Leyawiin here, and there's this big marshy Blackwood area here that I personally find to be the worst area to look for Nirnroot, even though it's all here. It's just there's no rhyme or reason, but we're gonna grab it all today. after that mess of a marsh, we're back to the coast. We're going to grab all the ones along the Topal Bay here, up and around to Leyawiin's west gate. Now we are in Leyawiin proper, where it looks like we have 6 of them to grab.
You have words? Fresh game.
Next up, we're going to be getting all the Nirnroot from Leyawiin up to Fort Irony, all along the Niben River here, including wherever this one is. We're going to finish up around the Niben Bay now. We're going to start with this one in a secret entrance under the water, follow the coast around Bravil, get this one up the river there, and then go up to these two at the entrance to the upper Niben. On to another city. We're getting them all in Bravil now.
Go ahead, find it.
We are almost there, less than 100 to go. We're going to grab all the ones along the upper Niben here. We're going to stop before that bridge. Now for the biggest cluster of Nirnroot in the game, we are going to be traveling all the way around Lake Rumare, grabbing everything left over that is outside of the Imperial City walls. That includes everything along the shorelines and the 3 at the waterfront district. So let's get to it.
Yes.
we are at the final set. It's time to grab the rest of the Nirnroot in the Imperial City.
You seem quite intrigued.
What a sneaky person. Hail, good citizen. What is it? Speak. Speak. What is it, citizen?
You're a sneaky looking sort.
And with that, we have acquired every Nirnroot that Tamriel has to offer. If we check, we have that magical 306, but it's kind of a lie. Yes, there are only 306 in the base game, but if you have the DLC, there are a few others that you can get too. Let's move to them. If you have Frostcrag Spire, the Wizard Tower, installed, once you get the Alchemy upgrade, you can come into your little garden here and grab yourself another. If you have the Fighter's Stronghold add-on and you've bought the Trophy Room upgrade for Battlehorn Castle, you're gonna want to make the Wolf Trophy, because if you do, right behind it will be another Nirnroot. Now, you can only make one Wolf Trophy, sadly, so you can't just keep making more and getting more Nirnroot. That is the only one available here. And the final Nirnroot that we are gonna grab is a little bit of a special one. This one shows up in Deepscorn Hollow, and if you have bought the bedroom area, then you will find this Nirnroot laying on the desk. This one will respawn after a while. So as long as you keep letting it respawn, you will have infinite Nirnroot. That's not the only way to get infinite Nirnroot. I'm pretty sure the only other way, if you become Archmage of the Mages Guild, you will get a chest up there that you can put alchemy ingredients in, come back in a few days, and it will double your ingredients. So of course you can always throw Nirnroot in there. But if you don't do that, and if you don't come back for this respawning one, then you will be stuck at a 309 for the total amount of Nirnroots in the game. Let's go see what Sinderion thinks of that.
How goes the search? Fantastic! You actually found 10 of the Nirnroot. I'll begin making the Elixir of Exploration right away. According to my research from the tome, I'll need at least 20 more Nirnroot to make the next magnitude of elixir. In any case, if you come back in about 24 hours, I should have the weaker elixir ready for you. Here's a weak Elixir of Exploration. Not bad, eh? If you want more, you can buy them from me. I've discounted them for you, of course. Amazing! You found 20 more samples of Nirnroot. Well done. I think if I'm to create a strong version of the elixir, I'm going to need an even greater number of Nirnroot samples than before. 30 should do it this time. Yes, that would be perfect. Oh, and as usual, I'll have the moderate elixir ready in 24 hours. As promised, I have your moderate Elixir of Exploration. Use it well. I have more available for a great price if you'd like. You're truly a master explorer. To imagine you've actually acquired 30 more samples, I'm astounded. As I'm sure you guessed, to make the grand version of the Elixir of Exploration will take still more samples of Nirnroot, 40 to be exact. Good luck. Oh, and as before, you can pick up your free elixir in 24 hours. One strong Elixir of Exploration for you, and many more for sale if you wish to buy. Words fail me at this point. There must be no stone unturned in all Cyrodiil. I don't know what else to say but to thank you. I'm afraid that this version of the Elixir of Exploration will be the last. I've wrung every bit of information from my research that I can. Since you seem so adept at finding the elusive Nirnroot, if you wish to bring me more, I'd be more than happy to compensate you. Again, I thank you for doing my fieldwork. I look forward to getting more Nirnroot from you. And yes, in 24 hours, I'll have the elixir ready. Here it is, my pride and joy. A grand Elixir of Exploration. Use it in good health, my friend. Of course, if you want more of them, I've whipped up a few. Expensive, but worth every coin.
At this point, you have done everything you need to do with Sinderion in order to finish his quest. You do have a few extra things, though. First off, we still have 209 of these Nirnroots on us. And I mean, we can use them as potion ingredients. Looks like they drain pretty much every stat you have if you use them. Or you can come to
Here
Sinderion.
to sell me more Nirnroot?
And you can sell 10 at a time to him.
Reliable as usual. Here's your gold.
For that, he'll remove 10, and he will give you 250 gold. That's not a bad price, but if you're willing to search all over the land for enough Nirnroot to make a lot of gold off this, you're probably able to easily get more gold in easier ways. The other thing you can now do...
Only quality goods for sale here.
...is you can use him as a merchant, and you can buy the different Elixirs of Exploration. We'll take a chance to look at their stats now. The weak one fortifies your health for 20 points for 300 seconds, and gives you Night Eye for 300 seconds. If we move to the moderate one, it does the same thing, but it adds Fortify Fatigue 20 points for 300 seconds. The strong one does the same stuff, but now it will fortify your Blade, Blunt, Destruction, Restoration, and Sneak for 5 points for 300 seconds. And of course, the grand one, it will do the first 3 effects that all the other potions do, but it will double what the strong one did. So it will instead fortify those same skills, Blade Blunt, Destruction, Restoration, and Sneak, by 10 points for 300 seconds. So it is a really good potion to have and buy if you ever need it. But
The
other
only
than
piece
that,
of advice I can give you is to leave no stone unturned. Good luck.
other than that, there's not really much more we can do with Sinderion. We have helped him with all of his research. We have gotten the maximum stat for Nirnroots found, and I think I am ready to bid him farewell. I hope nothing terrible happens to him in his future research. We're going to end the episode off there today. Thank you all for watching. This was a pain in the ass to record. The video itself is almost 3 hours long. I'm going to do some editing, definitely speed up the bits where I was collecting, and we'll go from there and see how long it is. But next time we'll do something a bit simpler. I think we're going to go and look for all the master trainers throughout Cyrodiil. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.